Hello guys, today we're gonna be doing something really exciting. Let's start with the story time. So my grandfather was a photographer also, but he was a film photographer in the USSR times. He died before I was even born, and so I never got to meet him, I never got to talk to him, but I did get some of his old film cameras. Because I'm visually impaired, I can't really do the film photography, the whole development process, and I was really wondering how can I try to incorporate some of his cameras or lenses into my own photography to kind of keep the journey going in a way. I ended up on a solution. I went to Temu and found the adapters that convert from modern cameras to the old cameras. So here is a adapter for EOS to M42. It allows to connect the old lens to the new camera body. So this was really the key that actually let me experience analog photography, but in a more accessible way for me as a visually impaired photographer. So this was really exciting. I had to wait for a while for it to be delivered, but it's finally here and I'm super excited. One of the lenses that I inherited was the Helios 44 with the aperture of 2. And this is considered to be a legendary lens. Some of the greatest movies have used them, like Batman and I think Dune as well. They are legendary because of their unique bokeh. Most bokeh is perfectly round and precise, but this lens has some imperfections, so the bokeh is kind of oval and it spreads out and mushes together on the sides of the image. The center is very oval-like and they blur out to the outside edges. So this is the key feature that actually makes this lens really unique and turns its imperfections into something very sought after. Enough yapping. I think it's best that we go out into the field and test the lenses out and try to compare the Soviet ones with the more modern ones. Hello my friend, and now we're bringing it to another level and we're gonna use the Canon Pancake lens that's 50mm and f1.8, and we're gonna put it against the Helios 44 f2.0. Let's see which one comes out on top, which one has a more interesting photo, which one has the wides, which one's sharper. So let's get to it and let's take the photos. It's the Canon 50mm. I used this stand to find the focus. I have set up these 3 rocks that I can stand like this. Photo will be in focus. So let's try taking some photos. We take this. You go here, take the photo, and we run. Find the rocks, align the legs to the rocks, and take the photo. And that's what I will do for the rest of them. Now we have to take this, put it over here. Now we have set up the pole, and now we can change out the lens. So we'll shut the camera off over here like that. We're going to take this lens off and put this one on. Click. That's good. Now let's put on the cap over here like this. Now let's take the photo with the Helios lens. Let's find the focus point on this camera. Let's see where the focus point is. I have to find it over here like this. Zoom. Okay, I found it and take the photo. Let's go. I did try the Pancake lens and I compared it to the standard kit lens that also goes to 50mm. The Pancake lens, super compact, like you don't have to worry about it at all. It's even smaller than the normal Pancake lenses, although it doesn't have autofocus. I think it's really good for running and gunning. If you're just walking around the city and want to add a bit of flair to your photos, you can just put this lens on the camera and kind of forget it for a while. Just go out and take some photos. So this is gonna be the setup. Here I have my camera on a tripod with the lens. I have marked out the place where I'm gonna stand. I have focused on the brick so I don't miss the focus for the portrait. We're going to set up the timer and then we run back here and try to align ourselves, and we go back and review the photos. Some thoughts right after the shoot are that I really appreciate the live view on the modern cameras. The hardest part for me was the focusing. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be challenging, but with the magnification you can do in the camera and being really still because there's no image stabilizing, even I could get some relatively sharp images, so it won't be a hurdle for you guys at all. If I can do it, you guys can do it way more easily. So if you have been scared by the manual focusing of these kinds of lenses, please don't be. You will get accustomed to it because the lenses are not perfectly manufactured. They have some weird coloring sometimes. The images look a bit hazy. Even when they're in focus, I feel like they're kind of foggy a bit. There are these really cool storm clouds and I'm gonna use the Helios lens to take some photos and we'll see how they turn out. Look at this really cool landscape. I'm gonna try and do some landscape photography as well. Here are some of my final thoughts. I really enjoyed using these lenses and I hope you really liked the journey that we went on comparing the modern ones to the USSR era lenses. And I hope you find some value in the comparisons, looking at the photos side by side. If you really want to feel this connection, maybe like your grandparents or someone who used to do photography, they might have some old camera gear laying around. And if you're into photography, you can just buy a cheap adapter so you can have your digital photos but also have them with their era technology. It's a really nice fusion between two eras. You can start to think how they took photos and how they saw the world. It really brings photography to a new light and gives you a new understanding of this craft. So if you want to experience something new, something that has a lot of character, even if you don't like them, you'll get some unique photos out. And then you can switch back to the crisp, creamy, really nice modern day lenses. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found something interesting in it. Stay safe, stay creative. I'll see you guys in the next video.